good evening. I'd like to talk to you today about the rabbit-duck illusion. And the rabbit-duck illusion is an ambiguous image that can be either interpreted as a rabbit or a duck. Now, one interesting thing I found about this illusion is that most Americans, regardless of their age, tend to see a bunny during Easter and a bird or duck in October. Now, this is backed by a research named the Easter Bunny in October. Is it disguised as a duck? Now, a possible explanation for this is that obviously Easter is the bunny season, whereas October is the migration season for birds. Now, this interesting finding leads me to reflect on how I have been interpreting the picture during the semester. Now, regardless of the month, whether it's in October or in March, I have always been interpreting the picture as a duck, and none of those times have I interpreted the picture as a bunny. Not remotely. Not even did I realize that there is a second possible interpretation of the illusion. So, thus there is the difference. And my question is, why the difference? What makes me different from everyday Americans? Now, that really leads me to think about another article I've read about last month, which is about how do people from different cultural backgrounds draw circles. Now, you can either draw a circle clockwise or counterclockwise. The researchers have analyzed 100,000 drawings of circles made by random people, and what they have found is very interesting. Now, if you're from a cultural background where the Chinese-based writing is used, like Japan, Taiwan, or China, you are very, very likely to draw a circle clockwise. If you're from the United States, you are the least likely to draw a circle clockwise. That means you are very, very likely to draw it counterclockwise. And if you're from Egypt, where the Arabic writing system is used, you would have no preference whatsoever in the direction of the drawing of your circle. Now, the researchers explained their finding as that how people draw circles is largely influenced by their native writing system. Now, evidence suggests that there are more clockwise strokes in Japanese and Chinese scripts, and is apparently different in the United States. Now, this piece of research on circles really showed us how people can react differently with their instinct on the things based on their cultural writing system. Now, this leads me to think about something we have learned, which is from Benjamin Lee Whorf. Now, Mr. Whorf held the opinion that our mother tongue restricts what we are able to think. Now, obviously, his opinion was heavily criticized over the past few years because its limitation that the idea seems to put on people. Now, both my piece of evidence of my interpretation of the rabbit-duck illusion and the typical American's interpretation of the illusion, and how do you draw a circle, I believe, are in support of Dr. Worf's opinion. Now, I'm not trying to make the case that different ethnic groups have different ceilings in terms of how they think, in terms of their ability to think. What I'm saying is, what we are able to think is sometimes part of our identity and is part of our mind and brain. So, if you see it that way, you would really see some sense from Dr. Worf's opinion. So that is everything I have for you today. Thank you, and goodbye.